Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is something that always interested me and boggled my mind at the same time. And it was always of a concern to me. Maybe it's because I'm 100% disabled. I don't know. But this is something that should concern every single one of you as well, okay? But before we get into it, hi, my name is Autumn, and here on this channel, I talk about current events, um, about stuff that happens here in the States as well as abroad in other countries. I do have my second channel, which is ABG Prepping. The link is in the description box below. I also have a Patreon channel, and that link is in the description box below. And over there, we talk about stuff that we can't talk about here due to YouTube's terms and policies. We talk about current events, but we also go down rabbit holes. We go live over there, and we have great fun over there. When you first sign up, you do get a free trial for a week, okay? So please go over there and help support me because, you know, I realize I just got my channel back right on, but, I don't want to lose it again. So that's why I decided to make a Patreon so we could talk about things that we can't talk about here, okay? So, who here has been to the hospital recently, even within like the first last couple of years, right? And you receive that bill and you were automatically start to question like who, what, where, when, how, right on. Did you know that Trump issued an executive order that forced hospitals to reveal the pricing for services? Even like how much like that bag of saline cost, right? So here's everything it does. Okay, so it enforces transparency, expands hospital price transparency rule to all providers, mandating public pricing. Pricing platforms create user-friendly apps and websites to compare real-time provider costs. Standardized costs require uniform, clear pricing formats with out-of-pocket estimates. Boost competition, reward transparent providers with incentives to lower costs, educate the patients, um, promote tools and skills for accessing prices and negotiating costs, penalizing noncompliance. This will fine the providers for non transparent pricing practices. Link to EHRs to integrate pricing tools with health records and for seamless cost estimates. So, what's the impact on you, me, and everyone else? Well, this transparency cut costs like 10 to 20%. It reduces surprise bills, which I know I've received them. I'm not sure if you have. And this also empowers us and our choices for a healthier America. So if you go to the White House website, this was posted on February 25th, 2025. And I'll read it to you verbatim, okay? It says, by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1. Purpose. During my first term, my administration took historic steps to correct a fundamental wrong within the American healthcare system. For far too long, prices were hidden from patients and employers, with inadequate recourse available to individuals looking to shop for care or obtain pricing information from a healthcare provider in advance of a visit or a procedure. These opaque pricing arrangements allowed powerful entities such as hospitals and insurance companies to operate with insufficient accountability regarding their pricing practices, resulting in patients, employers, and taxpayers shouldering the burden of inflated healthcare costs. Pursuant to Executive Order 13877 of June 24th, 2019, improving price and quality transparency in America healthcare to put patients first, my administration issued paradigm shifting regulations to put patients first by requiring hospitals and health plans to deliver meaningful price information to the American people. These regulations require hospitals to maintain a consumer-friendly display of pricing information for up to 300 shoppable services and a machine-readable file with negotiated rates for every single service the hospital provides. Health plans to post their negotiated rates with providers as well as their out-of-network payments to providers and the actual prices they or their pharmacy benefit manager pay for prescription drugs, and health plans to maintain a consumer-facing internet tool through which individuals can access price information. One economic analysis from 2023 estimated that the impact of these regulations, if fully implemented, could result in as much as $80 billion in healthcare savings for consumers, employers, and insurers by 2025. Another report from 2024 suggested healthcare price transparency could help employers reduce healthcare costs by 27% across 500 common healthcare services. Recent data has found the top 25% of most expensive healthcare service prices have dropped 6.3% per year following the initial implementation of price transparency during my first term. Unfortunately, progress on price transparency at the federal level has stalled since the end of my first term. Hospitals and health plans were not adequately held to account with their price transparency data was incompetent, that too, but incomplete, or not even posted at all. And it's true, I've never seen it posted. The Biden administration failed to take sufficient steps to fully enforce my administration's requirement that would end the opaque nature of drug prices by ensuring health plans publicly post the true prices they pay for prescription drugs. The American people, my eye itches, deserve better. Making America healthy again will require empowering individuals with the best information possible to inform their life and healthcare choices. By building on the historic efforts of my first term, my administration will make more meaningful price information available to patients to support a more competitive, innovative, affordable, and higher quality health care system. Section 2, Policy. It is the policy of the United States to put patients first and ensure that they have the information that they need to make well-informed healthcare decisions. The federal government will continue to promote universal access to clear and accurate healthcare prices and will take all necessary steps to improve existing price transparency requirements, increase enforcement of price transparency requirements, and identify opportunities to further empower patients with meaningful price information, potentially including through the expansion of existing price transparency requirements. Section 3, Fulfilling the Promise of Radical Transparency. The Secretary of Treasury, the Secretary of Labor, and the Secretary of Health and Human Services shall take all necessary and appropriate action to rapidly implement and enforce the healthcare price transparency regulations issued pursuant to Executive Order 13877, including within 90 days of the date of this order. Action 2A, require the disclosure of the actual prices in items and services, not estimates. B, issue updated guidance or propose regulatory action ensuring pricing information is standardized and easily comparable across hospitals and health plans. And C, issue guidance or proposed regulatory action updating enforcement policies designed to ensure compliance and the transparent reporting of complete, accurate, and meaningful data. Section 4, General Provisions. A, nothing in this order shall be construed to impair or otherwise affect. Is that one? Oh, A1. Okay, sorry. The authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof. A2, the functions of the Director of the Office of Management and Budget relating to budgetary, administrative, or legislative proposals. B, this order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of appropriations. C, This order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or in equity by any part against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees or agents, or any other person. So that's really awesome, because not for nothing, say you go to the hospital and you get that bill, right? And if you don't have insurance, you know that bill is going to be in the thousands, tens of thousands. And you look, and they're charging you $100 for a bag of saline when you know damn well that bag of saline only costs the hospital $1. So don't you think that maybe you should only have been charged maybe $2? Because that's 100% markup. $2 for that bag of saline and not $100 for that bag of saline. Okay, because that's 1,000% markup. So I think 100% markup would be sufficient and not 1,000% markup. But who am I? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to use logic here. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.